Welcome everyone to a casted game for Age of Empires 4! And today, spawning in the south corner of the map, playing in blue, we've got beastyqt playing as the Sengoku daiymo. And up against him today, spawning in the red, we've got Sass playing as the golden horde. Welcome everyone to a very sandy, dry Arabia. And as always, hope you guys are having a great morning, good afternoon or good evening. Excited to showcase this one, of course, because we are with the new DLC, Dynasties of the East, and two brand new civilizations and two incredibly gifted players at this game. So we've seen a bit of these two civilizations going toe-to-toe already, and I feel like players are starting to figure them out. But of course, I imagine there's a decent amount of experimentation that is still yet to be had. But what we're not experimenting with is the opening here for the Sengoku daimyo, going for the Matsuri. Really kind of understandable. It's a universal drop-off point, costs 100 wood. Why would you not? Also, by the way, increases the gather rate by 5% initially. Now that does scale. The more yatai you get, and the more that the yatai go on the map, gather food, they actually start to send traders back home and increase the gather rate around this Matsuri by 5% each time. It's a pretty decent buff. Mostly because of look at the diameter of the aura. Look at that yellow circle. It's absolutely huge. I mean, all those villagers are going to be buffed by 5% already at the beginning of the game. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. I don't think it covers these villagers on... I mean, it probably covers these guys, but it doesn't seem to be covering these guys. It's a bit rough. Either way, it's one of those things. So, the main thing to consider is that you go nice and early onto the food resources with the yatai, and they gather you food, but also, as you can see, a bit of trickle there. It gives you 20 food per minute, by the way, to start off with, even if you're not anywhere near any food. And then you've got the rates here. Boar giving you 40 per minute. Not too shabby. But it certainly feels like the Sengoku daimyo, they do tend to power spike in the castle age, it feels. The castle age is where it kind of traditionally lands with the Japanese. It feels like the Golden Horde, going to need to try and stop them getting there if that's exactly what Beastie wants to go for. We'll have to see. Remains to be seen, of course. Sass up in the north has got the golden tent, as you'd expect, the primary building for them. This is where they house all of their upgrades in terms of tech ups to the next stage, and also some upgrades with the Khan debuff arrow and the ability to choose from various edicts, which are essentially revolving around the fortified outpost, by the way. So production speed increased between the buildings around the influence of the fortified outpost. You've got the defensive aura. Now, bear in mind, you can only choose one of these to be activated at a single time. There we go. It's going to be the Khan and torguuds. No real surprises there, actually, as it happens, because it's a quite a nice upgrade to get to the next stage. I feel like the other option, going for the building carts, sure, it gives you 2 free buildings and a third when you get another age, but it feels like it's not something that really lasts with you for the rest of the game, right? It doesn't scale. Like, it's just an initial injection. Could it be good for a timing attack, maybe? But other than that, the Khan and torguuds one gives you a bolster to the HP of your Khan and torguud, and also reduces the cost of stone. Now, by the way, I'm going to switch the positions on the top of the user interface there, because I prefer the red should be on top, on the left. We've got the Ryokan as the landmark choice here. No shinobi on the field today coming out. We're going to go for the building that increases the population by 60, and also gives you a bit of a healing buff whenever you are out of combat. It's quite a nice one, actually. Be able to retreat, attack, retreat, and heal on up as you do so. Whilst things are cooking, whilst things are brewing, I would like to say a very big thank you, by the way, for everyone who's been supporting the channel. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And take a look at this. I love the new gear, I've got to say. Look at that. It's even got decking and good border around it, good fence around it. It's completely immobile. So if you haven't noticed already, the Golden Horde, they just can't move anything around. It's just not like the Mongols in that regard, and they even get walls. So quite different, I got to say. People having a go at the situation saying, oh, they're variant civilizations, they're going to be just like their original ones, but you can see already, they are incredibly different. Now, some things don't change, of course. The Golden Horde do love to gather their stone through the Uvus. It's a big part of their civilization identity. Nothing really changes in that regard. But something that has changed is a new unit called the Kipchak. Places the Mangadai. I don't know if we'll see it today. Probably won't, because the thing about Kipchaks, they're pretty good at dealing with lightly armoured units, but heavily armoured units, it becomes a bit tricky. Now, sure, they do have a bit of a bleed effect, which can work quite well. when we're going up against the sengoku daimyo, where you kind of expect a lot of heavily armored units in the castle age, I don't know if Kipchaks really is the answer. What I do love about the Golden Horde, though, just as you get with the Mongols, you get access to the Keshiks. They're not the greatest, like, heavily armored units, but the fact you get them in the feudal age is pretty nice, right? Because you make them, you be aggressive, and you can scale them into the castle age. They still remain relevant, right? And I think it's a big part of why civilizations like Sengoku Daimyo and Japanese, they favor the castle age, because if you start pumping out horsemen or feudal age units, in the castle age they start to become a little less relevant, right? Whereas the Golden Horde, as long as you keep your Keshiks alive as much as possible, or you trade them off, you know, your Keshiks can be upgraded to veteran Keshiks, and it's the unit you want. I can't. Dust Sniper Villager, so first kill comes in for Sass, and it's pushing the Yatai away as well. Oh, we see the Yari Cavalry. Interesting. Not seen much of this yet in the game. And it's because, I don't know how to feel about this. You know, on paper, I don't know if it's really that good. I mean, it's essentially the Horseman, but it does get a +2 damage versus Cavalry, which is quite nice, but in this particular matchup, it seems like a bit of a problem, right? Because the Cavalry on show here for the Mongols, or I should say the Golden Horde, is going to be Keshik. They're going to be really relevant in the Castle Age. The Yari, though, I don't think they're going to scale well. Like, in the Castle Age, they're not going to become too relevant. They're going to be a bit more of a, maybe a raiding unit. That's pretty useful, but direct fights, engagements, is going to be tough against veteran Keshiks. Obviously, there's a long way to go before we even get there, but I hope that this is like a stopgap and not a commitment, because interesting enough, it doesn't really feel like Beastie's thinking about Castle Age, and understandably so, because he's being pressured so hard, and I think a big part of that pressure is coming by the fact that Golden Horde double produce from their buildings. I'm kind of curious to see him going for the Yari instead of the Spearman, right? That's kind of what you usually expect going up against Keshiks. He's taking the fight, and the bigger part of the issue here is that, sure, he's got Ryokan, which is kind of nice for the healing for Beastie, but Sasa's got the Batukan and the Turguds healing him up. Oh, might get a bit of it. No, he's going to be able to run out there. He's going to head off home, it seems. Yeah, just go straight for the cavalry, it seems, for the Golden Horde. He's making a good work with it. He's got the second Uvu as well, by the way, so going to be getting some good amounts of stone that way. And he's engaging, just hit and run tactics, really, idling some economy. Now, the Matsuri Aura still only at 5%, and that's really kind of the heart of the economy bonus for the Sengoku Daimyo. I've got to favour the Golden Horde's eco bonus here, which is essentially the Uvus, right? It's getting free stone. And the Turgut, that's what they primarily use. Stone. Yeah, it looks like he continues to make the Yari. Oh, I don't know about this choice of unit. It's probably just testing it out more than anything, but we'll see. Could potentially get some benefit if you can cycle around, but I love the fact that Sass is walling up behind all this. We're not seeing it in the picture right now, but you can see it on the minimap. Engages us to back away. It's not really a favourable trade, especially with the addition of the Spearman, and I love the addition of the Kharash. A really cool unit. It's a support unit more than anything. Like, it actually increases the range. I think it's the ranged armor increases. Double check, actually. If I can click on. Click it! There we go. It just passively increases the armor, but just generally. Wait, is it for everything? We'll have to double check on it when we can click on it. It's going to lose Yari here, and this is painful because actually keeping these things alive is pretty important for the Sengoku Daimyo. I mean, we made a big deal of the fact that you get the aura buff, but you won't if you can't get the Yari to get your traders in. He's got up to 10% now, but got the feeling it could have been at 15% by now. Picks off a couple of units. Nice pick off there by Beastie. He's going to head on back home. He's on the deer camp on the west. Love the addition of the outpost. Kind of needed at this stage, right? Because you're up against heavy cavalry. The mobility is certainly there. And the walls achieve a lot here for the Golden Horde, for sure. Oh, better grab a sip of water. My voice is dying. A lot of stealth forest. Now, Beastie could charge this, but he's got a lot of numbers, but I don't know if he's got the quality. Pushes away for now, and I feel like Sass feels comfortable. Like, pure army numbers, pretty neck and neck. Additional couple of spearmen is going to be helpful. He takes the fight. I don't know about this for Beastie. I mean, there's spearmen involved here. And yeah, he backs away. He needs to, really. Golden Horde chases down a little bit. Beastie really has to run out this. The question is, what does he transition to? Because he can't really continue with the Yari, right? He's got to find some sort of answer here. He could potentially go for some Yumi Ashigaru against the Spearman. Again, is that really a unit that scales well? I don't think so. I feel like Sengoku Daimyo Feudal Age is a bit of a bait. Continues with the Yari. And yeah, it will be the Yumi Ashigaru. But let's see how much damage they can do to the Spearman. As long as they continue to take the Spearman, it's really what they're going to be useful for. But it's not necessarily the case that Sass has to commit to Spearman, right? Just a couple to sprinkle in. He's already made the opponent react to it, right? And invest in the Yumi Ashigaru. And that could be potentially most of the game plan here for Sass. Not a bad one at that. Ooh, getting some rotation grazing, getting the increase of gather rate of food. So possibly going to see a bit of a transition to some of the stockyards. In fact, he's already got a couple. Very efficient source of food gathering. Obviously, there's no real drop-off distance for the villagers. But they're not garrisonable, right? So they're pretty exposed. It's not like the cows or the Malians. They're not in pastures or anything. It's not safe. So you have to keep those villagers guarded. But underneath the town centre, they shouldn't be in too much trouble. He's got a lot of numbers. But bear in mind, there's a lot of torguud here for Sass. And that's all paid for by the stone. I love this actual unit. I mean, as a unit itself, the torguud isn't necessarily the best, but it's something you get almost for passively free, right? I mean, to be fair, 120 food is a decent chunk, but a big chunk of the spending comes from stone passively generated. Now, granted, of course, you could use that stone for other things, but if you're going to go for a feudal age aggression, torguud is looking to be a very nice unit. It's got the cavalry, you know, it's got the movement speed of it. Not too shabby. Alright, so it gives actually both melee and ranged armor. So both types of armor. That's actually really solid. Like, imagine, like, he's got undermesh, but he's going to get a second ranged armor on these units. So these Yumi Ashigaru, without steeled arrow, oh, he's got steeled arrow, but even then, like, the one Khanash just ignores that upgrade. That's kind of wild. Yep, having that unit nice and early actually is pretty cool. I think you almost have to sprinkle them in. Just offers so much for so little. They're not like super expensive either. Just 100 food. We'll give you 2 of them, by the way. They're not really there to fight with necessarily. They're not sort of powerful units, but it's just what they add to the rest of the army. It's pretty impressive. Both players are going to the castle age. It's going to be the Sake Brewery for the Sengoku Daimyo, giving the gold generation. You do have to commit villagers to it, though. Bear in mind, one other thing is that, oh, it's just out of the influence of the Matsuri. Yeah, so this is like, obviously, players are playing this civilization for the first time, I guess, but you really should be putting this underneath the influence of the Matsuri because it affects the villagers here. The aura would do, but these guys just won't get it, right? So, it doesn't seem like a lot, but, I mean, it is a lot, right? 10% extra gather rate on those guys. Beastie heading up north. He's got to be careful not to get trapped here, and he might just in the stealth forest. He charges on in, fights in the stealth forest, and oh, I don't know, this is not a good fight for Beastie. He can't hang around here. He's going to have to try and make it out there. He will lose a couple of units, just 1, maybe 2. That's unfortunate. He's trying to put pressure on, understandably so. But now he's left with units that don't scale, right? What does he do with these Yari, and what does he do with the Yumi Ashigaru? Potentially could get on the map to try and secure the relics for the Buddhist temple. Bit of time away still needed here for the Golden Horde. One thing I noticed, they do tech up pretty slowly, right? 2 minutes, holy moly. And that's what makes me feel like this is a very strong feudal age timing civilization because to actually get to the castle age, it takes a heck of a lot of time. But when he does get there, the heavily armored units will get an additional ranged armor, +2. The factory has got iron undermesh, is going to get this, another +2 ranged armor, and then he can just add in a kharash for an extra ranged armor, and these Yumi Ashigaru can do nothing against the cavalry. Kind of insane to think about, actually. Yeah, it feels like this matchup, the more I think about it, it's got to be Sengoku Daimyo going castle age. Maybe Beastie can make something happen, though, if he can take some good fights, take a couple of spearmen away with the Yumi Ashigaru. I guess that's really what they're there for. I can't imagine that Sas will add too many more spearmen. I think he's probably happy with the numbers he's got. Just commit to Keshiks and torguud. He's got the fortified outpost. No signal arrow from it just yet. I wonder if he's got the debuff arrow. Yeah, he's getting it now. This is going to be huge, actually, once he gets it in and deploys it. Beastie has to run away. The problem is can't really snipe out the spearman. He's going to get a couple, but the moment he stops, the cavalry, the torguud, and the Keshiks will jump on in. He's going to take the fight. Oh, I don't know about this for Beastie. Spearmen need to get on top of the Yari if they can, and once they do, it's going to be a destruction, and he going to massively take out a couple of units. Beastie does ride on out, but suffered a couple of casualties. Now, good thing is he should be able to make it away with the most of the cavalry. The Yumi Ashigaru, though, I'm not so sure. He's certainly going to try to. Oh, look at that, the vision for Sas coming out with the eagle arrow. In fact, was it the debuff? No, it wasn't. It looks like that was the eagle arrow. Oh, unfortunately, he's going to use the monstry. The torch damage is huge for these units. Spearmen, cavalry, both together. Took it out in a blink of an eye. Now he does have the mounted samurai coming out. And this is really where I feel like the Sengoku Daimyo shine. Ooh, spearmen though. They won't shine against the spearmen. Looks like he's going for the Takeda clan Daimyo. This will be nice to have for sure. He'll be able to get the levels up. He's already at level 2 by the way, so he's got the extra 10% bonus health. And I imagine he might think about getting level 3 for the cavalry specifically. Gauges with the spearmen. Yumi Ashigaru pick up a couple. Does he have the Oda clan either? I don't think so. It's just the Takeda for now. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, he probably doesn't really want to commit to the Yumi Ashigaru, but certainly would want to commit to the cavalry. It does have an extra 10% bonus health. Could potentially go for the increased Yari anti-cavalry damage by +2, which could help him against the a little bit more against the Keshiks and torguud. Maybe that's what the plan was all along. Now, if he does get up to level 3, we'll get a deflective armor on the cavalry. On all cavalry, by the way, not just the mounted samurai. But I feel like this is a strong one, right? +4 bonus damage against infantry. Like, this is really what you want, because if you think about it, what's going to counter your mounted samurai? It's going to be crossbows, which is an infantry. Spearmen, infantry. Getting a +4 damage against them. Yeah, I think you'd want that, especially with the extra health coming in from the Takeda Daimyo. Level 2. Extra 10% bonus health. Yeah, I think that's going to be something quite nice to think about in the future. And if we see it, kind of curious to see how it does. 10 mounted samurai in total. Both players looking to get those relics. One in the bank already for Sas. Another on the way. And bear in mind, he didn't go for the relic Uvus, so we can't actually make the relics into Uvus. Bit of a shame, but I think it makes a lot of sense for what he went for, right? An additional +2 ranged armor. Not too shabby. Now, I would like to say, by the way, I hope you guys have enjoyed the cast on the channel. And if you have, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Really helps me out on the YouTube algorithm side of things. If you could go one step further, completely free, by the way, just drop your favorite emoji in the comment section. Because I think, obviously, with the DLC, it's a great time for being a creator. Like, for growing the channel and whatnot, getting new viewership. So hopefully I can maximize my chances on the YouTube algorithm. Oh, good snipe there on the monk. Oh, that's not a fight Beastie wants. Oh, wait, well, Sassy running away from that. I'm not sure why. Maybe doesn't want to take a bait, but doesn't want to commit all the forces. Gets a bit of just a group of them on the left side to give chase and the rest of the army on the right. Sass is pretty far ahead. Like, he's been doing eco damage here, there, and everywhere, right? He's picked up 6 villagers in total. Very, very nice. The mounted samurai needs to be careful not to get trapped. He was trapped once before, Beastie. Beastie. Okay, reacts now. Runs on out of that. Alright, move, of course. Yeah, I mean, this is ideal for Beastie. Getting these mounted samurai, it feels like that's really where he wants to be. Question is, has he got enough of them? Like, when you're up against the number of Keshiks that the Golden Horde have gone for, and torguud together combined, he's got more than 30. Well, he's got exactly 30 actually together. On the other side of things, there's only 11 mounted samurai. Oh, this is not a fight he wants. Oh, he's going to lose a lot here with the spearman in the stealth forest. Holy moly. He gets out of there in the end. Oh, this could be a cutoff here. Great timing. We've seen a couple of these actually. A couple of casted games where players have been cut off and surrounded. Oh, this is not good. He's going to lose his mounted samurai. Ouch. Ouch. Gone down to 6 mounted samurai in. Economy just looking great here for Sassy. He's got a transition onto the stockyards as well. What if he's gone for any edicts? Yeah, he's gone for the defensive aura edict. That's surprising. That's pretty surprising, gotta say. Now, I gotta say, the next engagement probably gonna be a pretty big one. Like, both players are starting to get a heck of a lot of units together. Sass coming in with a heck of a lot of these torguud and keshiks. Going to the wood line. Beastie just holding him off for now. Getting stone walls as well. Really doubling down on the defenses. Making sure that he can't be raided again. Sassy's income. Let's take a look at it. It's got 41 on food. 1,800 food per minute. This is absolutely insane. Holy moly. Now imagine if you could scale up to the stockyard one. That would be bonkers. I mean, where is he getting all this food from? Okay, he's on deer, but it's not like he's got a whole... It's got... I mean, to be fair, though. There are 30-odd villagers here. 34. It's kind of misleading, right? Because you kind of got a scale here where this is like almost like a farm, but there's actually 4 people working on it. And I think the gather rate must be huge, right? Because it's sheep without any drop-off points, like distance, really. All right, nowhere to break through on the left here for Sass. You should be able to deal with this on the right. Beastie getting a bit of a good fight there, but won't want to continue that fight with the spearman getting involved. But I love this continuous movement from Sassy, right? He's just got another battalion here, another group of units cutting off reinforcements, and he's going to go for the trap once again. He's been eyeing this movement up for quite a few attempts in this game. He's backing away for now. Look at the number of units. He's got 105 units. The food eco, the stockyards. Have we just like stumbled across something insane? Because it looks like it. It's going to go to the Imperial Age and Beastie is nowhere near. How has this happened? He's got farms up, but it's just so slow. The eco just seems so slow, and it's not something I expected to say up against the Golden Horde. I have to say as well, bear in mind, it's not... I mean, it's both though, isn't it? It's the eco and also the unit numbers, and I think a big part of it is, of course, the batch production. But what's even more crazy, he's not on the production edict. Or is he? No, he's... Okay. No, he's not. He's actually on the defensive aura edict. Had to get confirmation there, because I sometimes can't believe what I'm seeing. Now, he has actually added in the tanegashima ashigaru as gunpowder infantry, which could be decent up against the cavalry, especially, obviously, the highly armoured ones, which is exactly what Sassy's got, but the sheer numbers is looking crazy. Like, mounted samurai and Yumi Ashigaru, well, not so much Yumi Ashigaru, but the tanegashima ashigaru is going to really be what he wants. Now, he's got the Takeda clan level 3, Oda clan level 2, so he's obviously got the extra health. Also going to get the extra damage to the... Yeah, but the Yumi Ashigaru, they just feel so irrelevant at this point. As long as he's got a couple of Kharash here, he'd be fine with that. He's going to take the fight, it seems. Sass, he's not holding out, and understandably so, he's at 200 population. He's going to deploy, but look at that. The debuff coming in, the debuff arrow from the Khan. He's got the daimyo aura, though, from the hero, from the Sengoku daimyo, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. This is looking absolutely beastly in terms of... Beastly, rather, in terms of Golden Horde's unit numbers, and he's just mowing down this army. Sure, there's tanegashima ashigaru, but once they get wrapped around, it's going to be hard to hold on. He's going to go deeper into the base, and yeah, he doesn't have to hold on here. Like, Sass can just send everything and keep producing. Bear in mind, he's on the way to the Imperial Age as well. That's crazy. The fact that he can make this number of units, he can attack and also be on the way to the Imperial Age with the Sengoku daimyo just struggling. I don't think Beastie can survive this. There's way too many numbers. 65 military to 18. Yeah, this is going to be the GG surely. He's got a handful of Tanegashima, Ashigaru, but there's only so much they can hold on for, right? 15 villagers garrison inside, and there it is. GG gets called. A cracking game of Age of Empires 4. Lots to learn, lots to unpack. The Sengoku daimyo played a little bit off meta, I think, in terms of what maybe we expect from them. Probably some experimentation, but a fun one nonetheless. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Take care, and see you next time.